All right, perfect. Hey, everybody. This is Kim Larson, and my friend David Richards is joining me today. I wanted to invite David here to talk about the keto lifestyle, which a lot of people are doing nowadays to help with weight loss. And I wanted to just give you a little bit of information of how this can help you. It's not for everybody, but this has worked for David, and he's going to help explain that. So if you don't know what keto is a low-carb, high-fat lifestyle. And David, one of the questions I have for you is, a lot of people have to track their macros. They're called macros, so you're tracking your percentage of protein, fats, and carbs daily. And are you checking your ketosis daily with urine strips to make sure you're in ketosis?
So I'll say a big yes. I track my macros using a current app, and I think if you do that appropriately, that you are looking at your macros, you don't have to look at the keto strips. But we all like to know. So I say, yes, do it occasionally. You might go, ooh, I had a really good couple of days. Let's see where I am. You can, but if you are truly adhering to your macros, you're going to be in ketosis. Gotcha. And just being a little bit in ketosis to a dark purple, if you ever looked at those strips, if it gets dark purple, that's high ketosis. You don't have to be in high ketosis to get the advantages of ketosis, or even the ketosis diet or lifestyle change. And I want to also add to, earlier you just said that people do it for weight loss, but people also do it for inflammation. And that's another reason I started ketosis, because I do have a hip issue that's aggravated by inflammation. And I noticed with ketosis and eating this particular way that my inflammation has gone down.
That's a very good point. Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome.
So
did I answer all your questions?
You did.
Okay, perfect.
Great. So what is a typical day of eating for you? What does that look like?
It looks like a protein is a big part, as well as fat is a big part of your macros, fat being the highest amount of percentage that you eat. And when I say fat, I also have to add to it that it has to be a healthy fat.
Very good.
And it's very hard. Sometimes people struggle with that. There's days that I struggle in making sure that I get my macros met to my fat. I can do protein. I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm a meat eater. I can eat eggs and bacon and steaks and all that kind of stuff. And that's what a lot of people think when they think keto diet. They think Atkins diet, and they think meat, cheese, bacon. No, you really need to adhere to those healthy fats. So I've even found, like, in Publix or any grocery stores, there's a holy guacamole. And I also look at ingredients, because you want to stay away from the sugars. You want to stay away from any processed type stuff, those words you can't pronounce. And like holy guacamole, as you know, avocados are huge in fat, but it's a healthy fat. So I found myself that I keep those in any refrigerator that I'm around, like at work or at home, wherever it might be, that if I know, and my body can normally tell when I'm low in my fat intake. And so I'll need immediately just pick one of those up, eat it. People look at me like I'm crazy, but it makes me feel better. And then I meet my requirements. And another thing with ketosis is, or doing the keto diet, you need to make sure that your minerals are being, because you can get something that's called keto flu. So drinking sparkling waters is what I do sometimes to help increase some of those minerals and that sort of thing to keep me from having a flu type symptoms of ketosis.
Right. That's actually a very interesting point. I've kind of played around with keto, and when I was real serious about it, that first week, it's probably like day 3 or 4, I think, that you really start noticing, like, holy cow, it's really truly flu symptoms that you're so fatigued, you just are lethargic and like, so it's good point. So basically, healthy fats, meats, vegetables, very few fruits though, just berries basically.
Berries and tomato. I do some tomatoes and that sort of thing, but also not just foods, but coffee is a big thing too. People talk about a keto coffee or a keto bombs or whatever.
Yeah.
I think increasing your MCT oils and that sort of thing, and using heavy cream in your coffee. I know it sounds weird. Some people think, wow, but it helps you keep that fat content up and be able to make the science of keto work.
Got it. So that's a good point. You incorporated the happy coffee with your keto lifestyle. So tell us about that.
So this year, that was my main goal, was to get rid of some inflammation, as I mentioned before, and start keto. But I noticed, and throughout my studies and watching lots of YouTube channels, there's some people that know this science backwards and forwards. And it's been shown or proved that intermittent fasting goes along with keto. So, like I said, I'm a big meat eater, and Mom makes me eggs and bacon. So I'm like, I need to somehow incorporate this intermittent fasting. And what I mean by intermittent fasting, you stop eating at 8 o'clock at night, and you don't have your first meal until about 2 o'clock the next day. So guess what? Happy coffee came into play, because it made me happy until that 2 o'clock time. And I didn't want to eat. There's even sometimes at that 2 o'clock I didn't want to eat. And you could even make that intermittent fasting go even longer if you want. But still, the number one goal is still to meet those macros. And macros too include calories. You need to have those calories, and those calories can be adjusted whether or not you want to lose weight, maintain weight, that sort of thing. So that's where Happy Coffee came in, and it really kicked it into gear, because I was also doing a fitness challenge, and I won the total. I was the biggest loser, so to speak, and Happy Coffee helped me become that biggest loser with my weight loss.
That's awesome. And I'm glad you brought up intermittent fasting, because we're going to have a conversation next week with somebody else who's doing intermittent fasting. So everybody can learn about that. And it's a lot of different time frames too, because some people do it from noon to 8, some 11 to 7, so, so you're doing from 2 to 8 o'clock. So 6 hours of healthy eating, so to speak.
Right.
So, okay, awesome. Thank you. So how many carbs do you think you eat every day?
My number of my carbs, let's see, it's about 7% of my intake, so which is about 25 grams of my 1,500 calories. I eat about a little over a 1,500 calorie diet.
Gotcha.
And that's for me as a male, as tall as I am and old as I am, that will still help me lose weight. And so 7% of those calories is my carbs.
Gotcha. Yeah, and so that's what I hear. Like, it's usually around 20. And there's some great resources out there where you can figure out your macros, where you can learn more about the keto lifestyle, about intermittent fasting and things like that. So I think if you can, David, share that maybe in the group, our Happy Mind and Body Challenge group. You can share some of those with us in a post.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll share a few things too. But I wanted to keep this short and simple, and you were very helpful with all that information today. I appreciate you joining me. And I just want to let everyone know out there, if you were invited to watch this by a friend, just get back with them, because they can give you more information on the Happy Coffee, or invite you to our Happy Mind and Body Challenge, where you can learn more information on living a happy and healthy lifestyle. So again, thank you, David. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.